Oh, good morning. Just got this. The sunlight's just starting to come through the curtain. We haven't. God, I'm in that comfy zone. You know, the alarm's gone off. You know you've got shit to do. You know you got to go to work, but you just don't want to get out of bed. You know, I'm doing that. I'm melting. I'm just melting into my mattress right now. It's like, oh, this is so nice. But anyway, we haven't done a vlog in a few days. I've had a whole bunch of other things going on in our lives that we're not, we don't put up on the channel. It's our home life and everything. So, but today is today's Thursday, and we've got a busy day today. I got to get up and deliver this load, and then run up to Ottawa and get reloaded, and then be in Midland, Pennsylvania, just north of Pittsburgh, for as early as possible tomorrow morning. So I should get up. Don't want to get up. I'm gonna get up. I'll see you in a bit. So yeah, I'm awake. Oh. Here's a tip for you. I don't know the guy's name. I've never met the guy, but I saw a video years ago about this Navy SEAL admiral, and he was giving a speech or giving a talk at a graduating class, and he was talking about the importance of making your bed. Now I know you're sitting there shaking your head going, Brian, what the fuck are you talking about, making your bed? But this is what he said. Now I'm not going to give you the long haul of the speech. I'm not going to give it to you the long version, but the long and the short version is, very simply, make your bed every morning. Get out of bed, do what you got to do, but make your bed. That way, it doesn't matter what kind of day you've had. You can have a great day, everything went well, and then it's time for you to go to bed, and you've got a bed to sleep in, a made bed. It's nice, it's neat. You can have a horrible day, the worst day of your life, but at the end of your day, you're going to get into that bed, and it's a bed that you made, as well as it's the first thing you've accomplished that morning. So when you take that, you go, okay, now I've accomplished one thing this morning. It makes it easier to carry on and accomplish the next thing, and then the next thing, and so forth down the line. Same thing at the end of the day. You've had a bad day. You get to get into a bed that you made. You made that bed. So, I'm going to make my bed. And you know what? I make my bed, and it's funny, in the truck, I make my bed every day. Every morning, I make my bed. When I'm at home, and I know it irritates the shit out of Darlene, but, you know, I just get out of bed and just leave it. I don't know. I just, you know, I might pull them up, or she'll say to me, pull the blankets up so the dogs don't get in the bed. So I pull the blankets up, but I don't make the bed. When I'm in my truck, for some reason, as you can see, the bed isn't made. I just got up and kind of, you know, took care of some business this morning, but now I make my bed every morning, and it's the first thing I do. So again, doesn't matter what kind of day I've had. When I get into my bed tonight, if I've had a horrible day, I don't have to make my bed and be all pissed off and go, God damn, I gotta make my fucking bed. I get into bed. So that's a free one. Make your bed. It takes not even a minute. It's not hard. Unless you were born in a cave and you've never ever slept in a bed. And if you're watching this right now, I'm gonna bet that you're not living in a cave. chances are you guys can go make your bed. So quit. There. Done. Now what are you doing sitting there looking at me? Go make your fucking bed. So off to work we go. There's something that I just want to touch on real quick. And I don't play the political game, the political correctness game, and I don't play games with he said, she said. I don't get into that with the YouTube world. But I do want to just quickly say one thing here, and then I'm never going to say this again, and we'll never touch this again. I have caught some really big breaks with this channel. I've had some really good people help me out. I caught my break, my big break, which blew up my channel. The Asian Mai, Alex the Asian Mai, he put me on his show with Nevada, and we did a live, and that helped me a lot. I've had Nevada Trucking and Trails, Kyle and his wife, they've both been advocates of mine, and you know, throwing my name around and helped me out, and they know how much I appreciate that. I've had, you know, my name has been thrown around with James Best. He's had me on his show, on his lives. He's got no problems. I've had a lot of help. Sheila the Trucker Gal is a big supporter of ours. She's got an awesome channel. So what I'm trying to get at here is, on my channel, if you've got something, or if you find something and you see something on our channel that you want to use or that you need that will help you and benefit you for good or help your channel, and you see something on our community, or you see something, take it, no problem. You know what, help yourself to it if it'll benefit you and help you. People have benefited and people have helped me. And as well, if you're a small channel, or even if you're a big channel, I don't give a shit. You know, when we go live, if you want to if you're just in there throwing your name in to get yourself some exposure, knock yourself out. I don't care. Good for you. Do what you got to do. If I can help in any way, I will help. So will Darlene. But if anybody thinks that, you know, I'm out here farming this, you know, to get exposure or anything like that, we all are. You know, we all are. I go on Best Lives. Why do I go on Best Lives? Well, first of all, I like to hang out with James. I love what he says. I love the way he talks. You know, he's just, when he goes live. But does it hurt me that my name gets thrown in there when I make my comments, or if I go on his live stream? No, it doesn't hurt me at all. So do I do it? Hell yeah. Why do we all do it? You know, we're not out here, you know, making videos or doing on YouTube to look at ourselves. You know, we don't make a video and then go look at it ourselves and go, okay, good. You know, we want other people to look at it. So what I'm saying at the end of the day is, if there's something on the Wheelburner Express that you can use that'll help you, knock yourself out. You know what? Take what you need, whatever you want. If you're on our lives and you know you want to throw you're out there throwing your name in there for exposure, go for it. I no judgment here. I've done the same thing at times. So with that, you know what? I'm just gonna leave that there. I don't want this to turn into an ass wiggling contest, because I know that some things were said by some other people at other channels, and you know what? I don't care. But I'm just throwing this in there. You guys want to use what I've got? Take it. No problem. No questions asked. Anyway, let's get our asses onto the highway here. we're only going 12 miles down to Prescott. I got to deliver this load. Then, like I said, in my groggy state in bed there, we're gonna get empty and run up to Ottawa, get ourselves loaded in Ottawa, and then head for Midland, Pennsylvania. So we're gonna stop and get coffee and throw a jag of fuel on, and we'll talk to you then. Would probably be a lot more helpful if I had the right tool to be cutting rope seals off. Another successful. You'd think we'd done this before. Guy goes driving by, he's looking at me holding a camera on a tripod. The hell's he doing? Oh, nothing. Don't you worry about it. Yeah, that's pretty good, man. That's a pretty straight trailer. A lot of these older places, they got no lines, they got no markings, they got no nothing. As you can see, the nose of my truck sticking out in the road. What can you do? Now we sit and wait. Light's green, turns red, they'll offload us. Turns green again, we out of here. Look at those clouds. We are going to get a storm. Huh. There's no lightning yet, but you can hear thunder rolling around. So here we are. We got that off. And here it is, like 2 hours later, right? And I rolled in there, I checked in, the guy gave me the door and he says, back it into door 9 and we'll be on you in about 5 minutes. Well, it was only 16, like half pallets. The whole load only weighed 4,000 pounds. You could have taken them off by hand for crying out loud. So 2 hours, almost 2 hours later, here it is. And it reminds me of I got this buddy of mine, Mark, and Mark will phone me, and he's done it a couple of times, or even anybody, but that happened yesterday with Mark. Mark phones me, and I was in the middle of something else on a call, but I took his call and said, listen, I'm in the middle of something, I'll call you back in 5 minutes. Well, an hour and a half later, I called Mark back, and now here I am sitting there in the same situation. I'm going, damn, that's what that feels like. So my apologies to Mark and anybody else I have a tendency of doing that to. It's like, that sucks. That wasn't no 5 minutes. And even then I called Mark back and he does the, man, you got the worst perception of time. That's the longest fight. Sorry, Mark. But you know, if you've known me for any amount of time, I think I do everything in dog years, or dog minutes, or dog hours. You know, if I say I'll call you back in 5 minutes, that's an hour. If I say I'll call you back in 15 minutes, you know, that's tomorrow morning. Anyway, we got that off. We're gonna fill the tank and do some mileage calculations and fuel calculations. We'll let you know what those are after the tanks are filled. Ooh, watch that first one, it's a bitch. And then we're going up to Ottawa to get ourselves loaded. But I will just throw this at you. I left on Sunday. Went from Iroquois down to Williamsport, Pennsylvania, loaded, 44,000 pounds. From there to Williamsport, and this is on the truck gauge. Okay, so it's not exactly accurate. I don't put 100% of faith into this. So from here to Williamsport was 7.9, and then I deadheaded 110 miles over to Myerstown, picked up shingles, and I loaded shingles again at 44 and change thousand pounds. Back up to Iroquois. That was 8.2 miles per gallon. And then I dropped, switch, went down to Berlin, New Jersey. Got down to Berlin, the gauge was reading 9.1. From Berlin, I went to Vineland, PA, loaded in Vineland, PA, back up to where I just offloaded here. And my gauge right now is sitting at 9.4. Now, I'm gonna put fuel in the truck here, and I'll give you what the fuel mileage is from fueling to fueling. So I'll get back to you in a second with that. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this as quickly as hell because the road is bumpy as hell and this stabilizer sucks shit. So, I told you what the fuel numbers were when we first pulled in and got fuel. And that was off the truck, off the gauge, or the computer. So, we started the week in Iroquois, we filled the tank at Prescott and got fuel, we reset the gauge. We went from Prescott down to Williamsport, delivered in Williamsport, 43,000 pounds, went over to Myerstown, picked up bricks, brought those back up to Iroquois, and those were 43,000 pounds. I put fuel in the truck, and on that round trip, I was at 8.26 fuel in per mile. We then went down to Berlin, New Jersey, light. We had 16,000 pounds down to Berlin. And then we went over to Vineland, picked up, we had 5,000 pounds coming back, so nice and light. I just put fuel in the truck right now. And my fuel on that, on the rounder, was 9.17. So I'm not going to sit here and do the math on 8.26 and 9.17, but probably somewhere around 8.7, 8.8, which is where the truck's supposed to be running. So I'm good with that. Not a bad deal. Made money on fuel, and got a Timmy's. Good day all around. We're on our way to Ottawa, and believe it or not, the thunderstorms just boom vanished. We got blue skies. Beautiful. See you in a bit. Sorry about the bumps. This shouldn't be too bad with the vibrating, but anyway, something I want to quickly throw out there. And a lot of guys, and if you're a new owner operator and you know you're learning how to do your calculations and learning how to do your fuel and learning and what different things cause you to get certain types of fuel mileage. Here's one of them, and I already know this one. So I'm going out to Midland, Pennsylvania, just north of Pittsburgh. So I know the route. I know how to get there. I don't need a GPS or a map. So I know the direction, right? It's from where I just left. I got loaded. I've got 44,600 pounds in the box. and I know that it's 560 miles one way. That's not bad. So I know that with my truck, 560 miles, I'm gonna burn just a hair over a quarter tank of fuel. Now, a quarter tank of fuel for me is 67.5 gallons. Let's round that up to 70 because I'm gonna be just a little bit over that. So let's round that up to 70 gallons, right? So 70 gallons, how much weight is that? Well, 70 gallons is 490 pounds, right? There's basically at 6.8 or 6.9 pounds to a gallon. I always round up to most 7. So, you know, 70 gallons times 7 pounds is 449 pounds. So my scale out weight was 79,665 minus 490 pounds. That'll take me down to, that's what I'm gonna burn. When I arrive down there, I should be at about 79,175. Beautiful, I got no problem with that. This is the equation that most people don't think about. I'm about to come down here, get on the 401, and I'm gonna be going westbound on the 401. I'm gonna go down to Alexandria Bay, cross onto the 80, cross the border at Alexandria Bay, take I-81 down to Syracuse, and then I'm gonna get on the 90 and I'm gonna run that all the way out to PA to the and catch 79 South. That means that probably out of 560 miles, well, over 400 of them are gonna be going west, due west. So what does that mean? That means that I'll be taking a headwind for 400 plus miles. Now, most guys don't think about the wind direction, and you might think it's stupid, but it's not. It makes a big difference. Everybody thinks about wind direction when it's hitting you on the door and you have to grab the wheel and go, whoa, and hang on. But when you're taking it straight on the nose and you hit your cruise control and then you just truck on down the road, you know, if you've got a tailwind or you've got a very low wind, a small wind, or I don't know what the fuck you want to call it, a light wind. Thank you, light wind. Somebody said that and I heard you. And you've got a light wind, you know, this truck will run, you know, let's just say, I'll just use 8.5 miles per gallon. But if you give me even as much as a 20 mile an hour headwind, my 8.5 drops to almost 8. It goes down to about 8.1. What does that equate in fuel? Well, now my 67 or my 70 gallons used is going to be somewhere probably closer to about 75 to 80 gallons used. 80 gallons used, that's another 10 gallons of fuel at whatever the price of fuel is, let's say $5.50 a gallon, right? Now, I'm not doing that math in my head, but, you know, you're probably close to about another 65, 70 bucks in fuel just because of something as stupid as wind. But you know what? I calculate that shit. I work it into my equations and I calculate it and I run those numbers, and that gets worked in when I'm doing my fuel. A lot of guys don't. They just go, oh, well, whatever. I got this, I got this, I got this, I got that. Man, I want when I get this thing parked at wherever I'm going, I want that number. I want to know what it is, and then I'm going to track it. That is business. That is how we make money. It's not just a matter of, you know, back in the day, we used to walk around with a wad of cash in our pocket, fill up our tanks, go down the street or go down the road with our hair on fire. Those days are long gone. Now it's about money, and it's about, you know, where it is. I'm a business, and I've had to wrap my head around this. I am a business first. I am a truck driver. Yes, I love my job. I drive my truck. I'm a truck driver, but I'm a business first. I'm a truck driver second. It used to be the other way around. We were all truck drivers and be damned the business. You know, you didn't have to worry about it. Nowadays, business first, truck driver second. Anyway, that was just waffling through my head because, you know, I had to move my axles around to get my weights right, and I had to do some shit, and I just thought I'd share that with you. Again, something crazy babbling through my head. Oh well. Let's take a look at the highway and see how we're doing. Let's roll into U.S. Customs. see what they've got to say to us today. Good afternoon. Super sacks of, I can't pronounce the metal. Ferravellum, no sir. Thanks, man. You have a good day. Tricked him again. The sneaky snowback is in the United States.
Smoke and steel, Wheelburner Express. Mashed down on the throttle, I'm lightning in a bottle. Wheelburner Express. Climb on up inside and enjoy the ride. Wheelburner Express.
Again, the camera doesn't do it justice. The sun has just gone down, like right there. Right there. My big fat finger's in the way. The sky behind me is actually quite beautiful. Oh. How'd we do today? How'd you guys all do today? Everybody else do today? What did we do? We got offloaded in Prescott, went up to Ottawa, got reloaded, burned off a lot of logbook hours, so I didn't like that. Way too many, too much sitting around waiting to get offloaded, waiting to get loaded. That hurts. Got loaded, reloaded in Ottawa, made it down to Harbor Creek, the TA in Harbor Creek, Pennsylvania. And I'm just looking around. If you look behind me, the sky is beautiful. But if you look this way, that's coming our way. That's blowing our way. So we might actually be getting some rain tonight. It's all right. My truck's clean, but a little water while it's parked won't hurt it. So how'd we do? We did good. And I didn't get as many miles. I think it's around 490 miles we did today. Now, usually you sit and think, oh, well, 500 miles is the line most guys draw, but 490 with one unload, one load, and about 4.5 hours of sitting around. I'm good with that. We fueled in Prescott before we went up to Ottawa, so from Prescott up to Ottawa, down to here, this is 44,600 pounds. The gauge is telling me 8.4. Okay, 8.4. It's not as good as I'd like, but it's not bad. There's a real nice headwind coming out of the west right now, so I've been eating a headwind all day. That's not an excuse, but it burns fuel. So all in all, we've had a good day. I hope you guys did too. It was a productive day. Did a lot of chattering today. Did a lot of driving today. So I'm just taking a look around. One more last quick look around. We got a bunch of really big oversized. These guys, there's 4 of them there, and they've got, lack of a better term, look like massive I-beams. They're for bridges. I've pulled them. I've done them. They're massive. See if we can get you a shot. Yeah, there they go. They're there. It's not bad. Pays well.
As long as you're not going, 1,200 miles with it, because man, it eats up a lot of time. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna go give Miss Darlene a call and say goodnight, have a bite to eat, and I'm gonna go to bed because I'm still 129 miles from my delivery, and I've got to reload. It's only 51 miles away from where I'm delivering, but I'm on a tight time schedule, so I have to actually get this offloaded as soon as possible. So I'm going to be going to bed because I'm going to be getting up early, probably about 4 o'clock, to get down there to get this off and then carry on. So with that, you guys hit the subscribe button, make sure your notifications are turned on, and give us a like, would you? And sorry, I'm digging granola bar out of my teeth. That's what I've been living on all the way down here. And we'll see you down the road. Yeah, we will.